Hello again. It's your favorite AU maker. Almost nobody even knows about my existence. What am I talking about? I only have like 500 subs. Which, by the way, thanks guys. But seriously. Out of all the things I expected to make a AU video about, the last thing I think I expected to make is something about the smiling critters. By the way, this antonym catnap is not part of it. It's some random avatar thing I made in a Roblox game. Just ignore it. But yeah, I'll be revealing my Smiling Critters AU that I had made over the past month, because Smiling Critters is like the only good thing in Poppy Playtime to exist. But anyways, yeah, I just hope a whole bunch of 10-year-old kids who spam emojis aren't going to spawn in this fucking video. So before I start, I also want to quickly mention, this is a rare case scenario where I actually named the fucking AU. It's play friendly. It's basically an AU where Dog Day's legs doesn't get stolen and catnap is fucking normal. But anyways, this is not Dog Day or catnap. This is Picky Piggy. I'm also doing another little thing where I describe, like, fuck me. As you can tell, this is one of my unscripted videos, like every single one of my videos, so, work with me here. Basically, I am, going to be telling you guys, like, the characters' personalities, if they're the same or different or whatever, their character designs, and, also doodles I made of them, because, all except 2 of the critters have their own special pages of doodles I made, so yippee. But this is Picky Piggy, and basically the only thing that is differentiating from the other Picky Piggy, the canon one, is that she doesn't eat cooked chicken and she doesn't eat any type of meat that reminds her of friends. Unlike canonized Picky Piggy, who doesn't give a shit. She'll eat cow, since there isn't any cow critters. Wait, does sheep food exist? I don't know. She'll probably eat that. Anything that isn't, any of her friends, she'll eat. But, yeah. Let's just get the doodles over with, I suppose. This is probably the most generic doodle sheet here, as this only has like 2 sprites. Yeah, I basically redrew the unused artworks of, the Smiling Critters canonized. But yeah, both of these are pretty generic. It's just Picky Piggy, carrying food and eating a pizza. Your generic stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot the actual design part. Wow. Okay, so, Picky Piggy, so all the Smiling Critters are inspired by, specific types of their exact animals. And Picky Piggy is inspired by some of those spotted pigs that exist. And she has a bib because, well, she's a pig and she loves to eat. Also, I gave her the folded ear because, let's be honest, pigs with folded ears are adorable as frick, I swear. Next is Bobby Bear Hug, and she's basically the same thing, except she doesn't have a desperate fear of being alone. But she'll still hug anyone she sees. She's Bobby Bear Hug. She's fairly generic. Also, she's one of the 2 Smiling Critters that doesn't have a doodle sheet. Yippee! But she is in a few other doodle sheets, so don't worry. She's still in some. But, she doesn't have her own because, I guess she's just that generic. That doesn't mean I don't love her, though, because she's freaking adorable. But, I forgot what she's inspired by, but I know it's some type of bear that exists. And, I think the scarf was actually an inspiration from another, from a Smiling Critters redesign. I think, I can't really remember. And I think I added the bow just because it reminded me of Valentine's Day. I don't know. I also had canon her for, like, if she were to have a job, she would work at a flower boutique because she would normally give people flowers for Valentine's Day. Let's just ignore the fact that Crafty Corn has a flower on her necklace. Let's just ignore that because that's for a different purpose. But anyway, Bobby Bear Hug, definitely, like, my absolute favorite design of the bunch behind another character, which we'll get to eventually. As you may or may not tell, I'm doing this in color order because the next character is everybody's favorite boy, Dog Day. Fun little fact, when I made this AU, at the time, my favorite canon character was actually Catnap, but my favorite canon character now is actually Dog Day, just because of how adorable he is. Catnap is like, third place for me in canon-wise now, followed right behind, like, Hoppy Hopscotch. But anyways, Dog Day is your usual adorable boy. His colors are just more saturated just because he represents brightness, which is also why his colors are a lot more bright than the other Smiling Critters too. Even Kickin' Chicken, despite them having the same color scheme. I gave Dog Day a collar because, well, dog. What else could I give him? Another fucking bow? No. Yeah, he's just adorable. He's just like normal Dog Day. He's your usual leader, except I think he tends to be a little more playful. Also, he doesn't lose his legs. Yeah, there's that part. And if you thought I didn't give him a doodle sheet, then you'd be mistaken, whatever. So the top left one, Dog Day is just peeking on Crafty Corn's work, being a nosy little bee. On the top right, your fairly generic show screenshot that would occur, I guess, with Hoppy Hopscotch and Bubba Bubbaphant. Also, I'll explain Bubba's colors later, just give me a minute. On the bottom left, see, Bobby Bear Hug does exist, but Dog Day's taken her. Actually, I think Bobby Bear Hug appears the most in, as a separate character in all these little sheets, doodle sheets. And then the bottom right, he's doing a surprise hug on Mr. Catnap over here. And, well, Catnap obviously is being squished, so there's that part. Next is, also, I realized while editing this how fucking echoey it is. I'm recording this in my kitchen, so, yeah, just ignore the echoiness. But this is Kickin' Chicken, obviously. I gave him a bandana because I thought it would look cool. Also, chickens are farm animals and farmers tend to have bandanas. I don't know, just work with me. I forgot the inspiration concept for Dog Day. I honestly forgot what dog breed he was inspired by, but I think it was inspired by like a beagle. Can't remember though. I know Kickin' Chicken was inspired by a rooster because why wouldn't he? And his personality, he's been outside multiple times, unlike Cannon Kickin' Chicken for whatever reason. But, he does a lot of outdoor activities, he loves going outdoors, and, he's basically the outdoor guy, just like Hoppy Hopscotch is, but the difference between the two is Kickin' Chicken is a show-off. He's also very cocky and, tends to care about himself a lot. He's kind of the selfish dude in the group. One thing I want to quickly say, listen, I didn't intentionally put as much sprites I did for Kickin' Chicken as much as I did, okay? That wasn't intentional. It was just the amount of sprites there was for him. Why does Kickin' Chicken have so many sprites? Okay. So on the top left is basically, I guess, a redrawing, quote-unquote, of a frame. I just drew my version of Kickin' Chicken over the original, let's be honest. But, he's surfing on the top right. He's, with Dog Day and Bubba Fett doing their own thing. On the bottom left, he is approving of Bobby Bear Hug's floaty. It's Kickin' Chicken's floaty, but he wanted to see what it looked like on Bobby Bear Hug, just because he thought he looked cool. Bobby Bear Hug disagrees from the look of her face, but it's fine. And then the bottom right, Kickin' Chicken's just doing his usual thing, acting swaggers and riding on a skateboard. Yeah, that's what I call that laying down stance, is somebody acting swaggers. Don't ask why. Next is Hoppy Hopscotch. So, her inspiration for design, I don't remember which species of rabbit or bunny rabbit I designed her as. I know some sort of, pattern. I think it was one of those black and white rabbits that exist. I don't know why I gave her the accessory I did. I just thought it was the first thing that came in my head because I couldn't think of anything for her. But, hey, her scarf makes her look like she's from Sailor Moon, and she looks like she'd be a Sailor Moon character, so I'll definitely take it. And like I said, she was very energetic, and fun fact, she actually jumps the highest out of all the characters. Now, none of the doodles for her actually show this, because of course, but she also seems to be, slightly the fastest, like in front of Catnap. She's like the fastest. But, yeah. Also, the episode where she jumps to the moon is canonized, except she doesn't die and get shoved off the moon. She doesn't fucking die. She's alive, of course. Oh yeah, I also gave, the critters individual, mouth thingies, like Bobby Bear Hug and Dog Day have sharp teeth. Hoppy Hopscotch has buck teeth, which, rabbit, okay, rabbit, but, yeah, also, the eye whites are actually, white with a slight color tint, and then, the pupils are black this time, because, I don't know, I just thought the black eye whites with the white pupils were kind of creepy. And I honestly like this specific look better. I just want to clarify that before I forget. That's why I did that. Here we have her doodles. Your usual doodles. Bottom right is, Hoppy Hopscotch, the soccer ball kind of flexing. Except, she's flexing her long-ass legs. Not really long-ass legs, but skinny. I can imagine someone doing the frickin', my legs are too long meme with Hoppy Hopscotch. I could see somebody doing that. And then the bottom left is basically the same thing as that other Dog Day one where Hoppy Hopscotch is taking Bobby Bear Hug somewhere, but Bobby's face is different here, either because she's wary of where Hoppy's gonna take her, because Hoppy Hopscotch can get a little too curious sometimes. Either that, or she's going too fast and Bobby Bear Hug can't keep up. And then the top left, Kickin' Chicken and Hoppy Hopscotch are playing soccer, but I actually did this thing. So, their relationship is sort of similar to Applejacks and Rainbow Dashes, where they are friends still, but they're also rivalries competitively. And that's what this is going on here. They're friends, but they're rivals at the same time. And I like to say this is different from Baldi's and RJ's relationship. I know I went completely different fandoms on this, but trust me, it'll make sense if you watched any of my other videos, which you probably haven't. But yeah, RJ and Baldi are rivals. Or RJ's got a sweep, by the way, if you don't know, in my Baldi's Basics AU, which YouTube title, Baldi and Friends. But they're rivals because RJ likes to piss Baldi off, and Baldi just attempts to do the same with him, so it's basically like a piss-off competition. I have a comic dedicated to that, but I recommend you mute the audio because my voice acting sucks balls. But I have a comic dedicated to that. But this is different from this rivalry I'm trying to talk about here, Kickens and Hoppies. They're not, in a piss-off competition. They're just, competitive competition. Like, they want to win. That's basically what this is. I can imagine somebody remaking the My Little Pony episode with these two, and then just have Bubba Fett win, because, he's the smart geek. I could see somebody doing that. But, yeah, there's that. Also, who would be Pinkie Pie in the episode? Probably Dog Day. Who else would do it? I don't know. But, yeah, I'm rambling for too long. Next is Cracky Corn, and I didn't want to, fully, change something in a character, with these designs, because, they're all unique. But Cracky Corn, let's be honest, her hairstyle isn't quite the best. The front hairs, it's good for what it is, the tail is good for what it is, but the fact that she has short hair rubs me the wrong way. So I gave her long, majestic hair because she's a unicorn. She's not a horse. I don't like her with short hair. Also, the back hair they chose for her is just ugh. So I try to implicate that, but do it my own version, and I like it a lot more. Also, she's 1 out of 2 characters I did with full-fledged outfit looks. Crafty Corn here has a hoodie-looking vest thing. Oh yeah, the flower pin, they're pins. The flower pin is attached to the pink thing. Those pin badges you put on your shirt or something is your birthday with the thing. That's basically what these are. And to say they're not necklace chains, they're pins. So if you want to know how that works, that's how that works. But they're actually soft. They're plush. They're not, the same material as the birthday badge. So, yeah. Also, I gave her the markings I would for my My Little Pony redesigns, which I have in a earlier community post. By earlier, I mean you'd have to scroll down a bit for you to find them. But I did it that way because that's what I'm used to doing for the unicorns and shit. So, whoopsie. Also, I know it's toasty, I just wanted to piss people off. Anyways, here's her doodles. And, these are just, Crafty Corn, drawing stuff. I like to think her art style is a mixture between, abstract, realistic, and then Disney, which you'll see the Disney aspect later. I think much later, actually. And on the top, Crafty Corn is showing, a finished picture of Picky Piggy to, Picky Piggy and Bubba Fett, who's observing her pace because he's like, what the fuck? Why is this so realistic? Also, I kept the paint splotches that were in the original Sprite Sour, in the unused thing. And then on the bottom, she's drawing with Bobby Bear Hug, who is curious to the Kickin' Chicken, who's showing up as quote-unquote beautiful piece. And yes, that's him as a fucking NFT monkey. I wanted to shit on both, Kickin' Chicken and the NFT monkey. I love Kickin' Chicken, but I just thought it'd be hilarious that he would draw himself in that style. Next is Bubba Fett, which, to be honest, he has kind of my least favorite design, not because I don't like it, but because I think it's morally bland and generic. But I mean, isn't Boba Fett already bland and generic? Like, I love him more than Piggy in canon. But, you know, in this AU, I think Boba Fett is probably my least favorite. But, anyways, I gave Boba Fett glasses for obvious reasons, and I gave him a bow tie for obvious reasons. I also like to see, like, in, like, some alternate AU, like, I like to see him as, like, some businessman, either that or a president. Because for some goddamn forsaken reason, I don't know why, this version of Boba Fett reminds me of Donald Trump. And it's so bad because I don't remember which one he supported, but monarchy or Democrat. Anyways, one of those two is an elephant, and China. God, I just spit over my fucking self. It's so terrible. Oh God, if you're a viewer from China, I am deeply sorry. Our jokes in America are just, you know, just whack. Don't get offended. It's what us Americans do. Like, let's be honest. I'm not even proud to be an American. America isn't the best, okay? I'd rather be in Japan, or Russia. Anyways, that is completely off the charts. But Boba Fett, you know, he's inspired by some random picture of a spotted elephant I found. I'm almost certain the elephant was like in mud or something, but that's what inspired me to do this design, because I didn't want to do, you know, him as the only critter. Elephants aren't critters. Anyways, I didn't want to do him as the only, you know, character that didn't have spots. So yeah. Also, on the opposite spectrum of Hoppy Hopscotch, Boba Fett is canonically the only character here that cannot jump, because elephants can't jump. Oh yeah, also he is the other smiling critter that doesn't have a doodle sheet. I mean, does he even deserve one? I apologize to those Boba Fett fans, but he's generic, okay? He's generic. Except for that one time where Markiplier tried to roast him because of his name, but ends up getting scarred by Boba Fett getting killed. Also, yeah, Boba Fett has perfect memory. I also forgot to add that. And last, but certainly not least, is Catnap. Well, let's be honest. Catnap, out of all these designs, is my absolute favorite. And in my personal opinion, I love this version of Catnap more than I do any of the other canonized version of the Smiling Critters. Not just because of the design, but let's be honest, the design is adorable, okay? But also, his personality. The personality I gave him is so cute. Anyways, let's go design-wise first. But yeah, I don't really think I designed him based off a specific species of cat, although I may remember using the Cheshire Cat as an inspiration. It wouldn't surprise me if I did, but you know. But I gave him a scarf because, you know, gentle sounds like another word. How did I just now realize that? I prefer not to tell you guys. Anyway. It shows his, you know, softer aspect of him, which is basically his whole entire personality and his physical traits. But, It shows that, and I also gave him a vest too, because I feel like Crafty Corn and Catnap have their vests because, you know, it shows their more shyer side and how, you know, they're not the type of beings to just let themselves like fully free because they're too scared to. That's what I like to do for this one. Also, yeah, I did I forgot to mention from Bobby Bear Hug too. Both their hairs have like some sort of aspect relating to their, you know, their badge. Like Bobby Bear Hug is like a heart loop, and the Catnap, you know, has the obvious moon-shaped thing in the middle of his head. I just thought I'd, you know, show that off because I was pretty proud of that, to be honest. So yeah, I changed rooms again if you can't tell. But here's Catnap's doodles. So on the top left, he finally gained his revenge on Dog Day and, you know, gave him a hug attack. And of course, Dog Day is just amused and not really shocked because he kind of expected it coming. And then I don't know where I stalled on that, but the bottom left one, he just fell on his face, and Crafty Corn doesn't know whether to laugh or, you know, feel bad for him. And then the right one, I guess, kind of shows how strong his tail is and how tall his tail is, which, you know, it's pretty tall. Also, you know, Hoppy Hopscotch and Bobby Bear Hug are just doing their thing, you know, just, you know, comparing sizes. But yeah, personality. So, I got really excited about that. Out of all the smiling critters, he's the only one that can't talk. Unlike what other people think of Cat and Catnap, he just has this deep voice that is like corrupt for some reason. I don't get it. This Catnap, he doesn't talk. Instead, he uses sign language, which, you know, I'm obviously never going to animate because I don't know how to use sign language. So if I were to animate these guys, he would probably just, you know, like look like he's thinking, and I guess they're supposed to understand him. I don't know, but I just don't want to animate hands a million times, okay? I'm lazy like that. But he also tends to be clumsy, like shown on the bottom left, during the daytime when he usually like sleeps. He usually sleeps like in the afternoon to like early afternoon till late evening. And then he gets up and does his thing. During the nighttime, he goes firefly catching. And then when it goes to daytime and all the critters wake up, that's when he tends to, you know, hang out with them the most. But then during that time, you know, the critters just mainly want to hang out with him a lot more. So he tends to have a much shorter need of sleep because of it. He only needs to sleep for at least like 4 hours, unlike the usual 6. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention. Which is also relevant to Catnap, I also want to mention for another character. So Piggy, fun fact, has a larger stomach than the other critters due to the fact that she just eats a lot. And then Catnap has a smaller stomach than the others because at some point in his life, he gained anorexia because he didn't feel comfortable with himself. Now, whenever he is full and doesn't feel like eating the rest of it, he just gives his leftovers to Piggy just because, you know, here, take my vote, I'm done. I just thought I wanted to share that because it was some additional thing I thought was funny. So we are officially back in the kitchen. And for this last segment, I decided to also make sprites of all the critters together. So the bottom left, you know, Bobby Bear Hug is reading a story while, you know, the other critters are just sitting down listening. Except for a specific 3. Piggy is just chugging down on some coffee. Crafty Corn is making some drawings, including a realistic version of herself. Don't ask why. And then Catnap is, just doing his usual resting thing. I also drew all the critters hugging with each other, on the right. So yeah, no need to make that one trend where Hoppy Hopscotch is absent because she's there visibly. Like seriously, why did the original cuddling picture remove Hoppy Hopscotch? That will never make sense to me. But she's here on this one. And then the last one, it's the critters driving a car or riding in a car. I don't know why cars exist in this universe, but they shouldn't, just because these critters should not be trusted. Only half of the critters are in the fucking car. Dog Day's driving, which I guess makes sense since he's the only trustworthy one to drive a car besides Bubba Kickin' Chicken and Bobby Bear Hug are going, are out of the car technically, but still in the car. They're just out the window doing their own thing. And then the other girls, Hoppy Hopscotch, Piggy, and Crafty Corn on top of the car, which of course, Crafty Corn obviously regrets her decision. And then Bubba Fizz just holding on tight to Catnap, who apparently fell out of the car or something because he's just screaming for dear life. In the original, everyone is smiling. Well, smiling critters, but not this time, bitch. Catnap shall suffer. Like any other of my main characters, for real. Yeah, you get the point. You get the point. It's just them hanging out together and, doing their own shtick. Also, drawing and coloring the accessories for this shit, especially the car, were misery. I'm just gonna say that. I never drawn a single car in my life until today. Well, I say today, but this took me like a whole week. According to Ibis Paint, it took me 47 hours to do all these doodles. Yeah, please kill me. Anyways, here are my smiling critters. And like and subscribe if you want to. But yeah, if you want to save Catnap, I recommend you go to another video and just watch it, because my videos don't get enough views, except for the frickin' Baldi ranking chips one, for whatever reason, and some of my other shorts. Just watch my videos, man. It's not that hard.
Abortions.